Madden 25 gameplay is finally here. Thanks to EA for getting me this information a little bit early so that I could get this video ready quickly for you guys. Now the trailer is going to be playing throughout the video and I'm going to go over all the information from it and from the blog itself. And if you're new to the channel and you don't want to miss out on any of the other upcoming Madden 25 updates like the franchise deep dive or the other gameplay videos that's going to be coming soon, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell on so you don't miss those important videos. So the first thing we have to start with is Boom Tech, which is the big gameplay feature for this year. Players have made it clear that they prefer agency and control in gameplay rather than scripted or predetermined outcomes. When the Field Sense animation branching system was introduced 2 seasons ago, meeting that demand was the exact goal. This year, that vision is being accelerated with the introduction of Boom Tech, the latest gameplay innovation developed over 2 years. Boom Tech integrates real-world physics into animation branching and is aptly named after Coach Madden's famous catchphrase. Players will experience a new tackling system where physics determine dynamic outcomes based on weight, speed, momentum, hit angle, and player ratings, all while keeping players in full control. The features that make up the Boom Tech package are physics-based tackles, hit sticks, cut sticks, trucks, stiff arms, and dive tackles. All new physics-driven ball carrier balance and recovery system, and the reloaded hit stick mechanic to make landing the perfect hit stick feel rewarding and more skill-based. Now, for those that did play the beta of the game, that was kind of the biggest feedback I saw around the internet. I know people weren't supposed to talk about the beta, but people always talk about it. You see it on forums, you see it in YouTube videos, and the biggest takeaway I saw from most people was that they did like how the tackling and the movement felt in this game. Ever since Field Sense was introduced, the gameplay has gotten noticeably better each year, and the same appears to hold true for Madden 25 based on the early play. So let's talk about the physics-based tackles. There are 3 key components of a physics-based tackle: pre-impact moment, moment of impact, and then the tackle resolution. This system is not organic physics or ragdoll, but dynamic animation selection informed by real-world physics. While not every tackle in-game is driven by physics, Boom Tech makes hit sticks, cut sticks, and dive tackles more authentic and unpredictable. Ball carriers now anticipate and brace for impact from oncoming tacklers, appearing more intelligent and aware. Players retain control to change direction, perform special moves, or stay in motion until contact, avoiding any suction or pre-animation alignment. On the defender's side, the system constantly reevaluates potential tackles until collision, leading to varied points of impact and leverage based on both players' movements and speed. At impact, the new physics-based muscle strength toolset allows developers to tune individual player strength to match on-field characteristics. For example, Derrick Henry is tuned stronger than Jahmyr Gibbs. This tuning, combined with force, velocity, momentum, player ratings, and leverage, determines the tackle's impact strength and force direction. The tackle resolution component showcases the dynamic nature of physics-based tackles. Instead of a predetermined conclusion, Boom Tech selects from a wide variety of tackle animations to match physics requests, resulting in more emergent hit types, stumble variety, and unpredictable outcomes, enhancing the visceral impact and control for players. All ball carrier and tackling abilities have been modified to integrate with the new physics system. New abilities have been created affecting impact force, hit timing, and squareness of a hit, contributing to the outcome. Here's some example of new abilities built to support the physics-based tackling. Timeless Runner. Stamina reduction has no impact on a ball carrier's ability to rebalance on broken tackles. Extra Pop. Increased chance to create a fumble with the perfect hit stick. Steamroller. As a ball carrier, significantly harder to be bumped off current path when running at full speed. Form Tackler. The ideal tackle timing window is easier to hit. And you can see in some of the clips shown that, we really haven't quite seen this in Madden before. The way these hits are happening, the way players are bouncing off some of the hits, the things they're able to do after making impact. Now, instead of just kind of being hit and falling one way, they can fall a multiple different ways depending on where they're hit. They can either go to the ground, they can stumble in the direction that they're being hit. There's a lot of different outcomes that can happen now, which make the plays a little bit more unpredictable. Now, I was able to talk with Clint briefly for an interview, and what he said is the goal for all of this is to eventually get to a point where they hope that no 2 tackles look the same. And he said that they're not there yet, and he said maybe they never get there completely, but that is the goal. And he said that this year they've taken a big step in that direction to give you a lot more unique outcomes based on the collisions of players so that you're not seeing the same tackles as often as you were seeing them in the past. Now, hey, if you're still here at this point of the video and you haven't subscribed yet, you might as well just go ahead, subscribe, and join the family because you're basically already a part of the family anyway. anyway, if you're still here enjoying the content. I'd like to hit 600k subs soon, so if everybody watching just subscribed, we could hit that number in a few days. Now let's move on to physics-driven ball carrier balance and recovery system. An extension of physics-based tackling is the emergence of a ball carrier's contact balance, the ability to take a hit, stumble, and recover balance. Several factors influence this outcome. The quality of the hit is crucial. A glancing, non-square, early or late hit may fail to bring the ball carrier down, affecting the angle and distance of recovery. Torque, the rotation of the ball carrier, and foot position also play roles. If the ball carrier's foot position is not suitable for recovery, he may not regain balance effectively. The chance of recovery depends on the position of the ball carrier's center of mass relative to his feet and torso, along with player ratings and abilities. Muscle strength tuning also affects resilience. For example, Derrick Henry recovers from broken tackles differently than Alvin Kamara. Now, all this sounds good. It sounds like they're taking everything into account now when these interactions are taking place. And we know in the past at times ratings or weight or momentum or any given thing didn't seem to matter as much. And now it sounds like they're taking literally everything into account, and we just have to see how it plays out. Moving on to the reloaded hit stick. It just so happens that Madden 25 is the 20th anniversary of the hit stick, the most popular Madden mechanic of all time, and it's getting an update worthy of Coach Madden's boom. Hit sticks will be influenced by the timing of the hit, angle of approach, player ratings, and muscle strength tuning. Early, late, or poorly angled tackles will reduce hit power at impact. Tackle and hit power ratings will affect the timing windows, increasing the success rate of hit sticks with high hit power players. This new mechanic includes an on-field feedback system rewarding perfect hit sticks with visceral moments. A tackle indicator under the defender provides feedback of the power, squareness, and timing of the hit stick. Players will feel the controller rumble, hear new sound effects, and witness crowd reactions to big hits or broken tackles. A perfect hit stick also increases the chance of causing a fumble. That's pretty cool that the crowd will even react to it. We know that they did some updates with the crowd this year, taking after college football a little bit, it seems like, so it's cool to see them mention that here. Up next is signature styles. For Madden 25, signature authenticity includes revamped ball carrier mechanics with more explosive special moves and player differentiation. Players will display signature pre-play styles and realistic football IQ and pre-play adjustments. As Madden pushes the boundaries of authenticity, the line between the game and the real NFL will blur further. Ball carrier revamp. Madden 25 features an enhanced ball carrier experience with improved contextual awareness. Ball carriers will now exhibit more athleticism and awareness. Both user and AI control players will show better navigation through traffic, especially near the line of scrimmage. Ball carriers will notice oncoming defenders, brace for impact, and get skinny in tight lanes. Skill moves. Madden 25 has refreshed the ball carrier skill moves, adding hundreds of new juke, spins, high steps, and hesitations. A new mechanic called the setup state enhances these animations. By pressing right trigger or R2 and flicking the right stick down, players enter setup state, which can cause oncoming defenders to break down, increasing the chance of faking them out. This allows players to set up defenders, chain moves, and blow past them, discouraging opponents from relying on AI defenders for tackles. And they even added some combos to try out here. So it says if you hold down the right trigger or R2 button, you can do a back right juke to a spin. So what you would do after holding that button is you would flick the right stick down to the right and then roll the stick down and around in the opposite direction. What you would do is you would do a back juke and then you would spin out of it. And there's a bunch of different combos like this that you can try out. The ball carrier system is pretty crazy now. And if you've played college football, you've seen some of this. So if you've played college football, you can see that you have kind of the stutter and hesitations that you can spin and juke out of. You can really chain moves together. I believe this is the exact same system that is going to be in Madden. The movement altogether isn't going to feel exactly like college football because it is a much faster sped up game speed, but the ball carrier stuff and how you can do hesitations into different moves and chain all these crazy moves together, that's going to be in Madden. So that's pretty cool because it works really good in college football and it's a lot of fun. Madden 25 also introduces signature run styles for stars like Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, and Isaiah Pacheco. These players' unique movements are immediately noticeable. Additionally, ball carriers exhibit more authentic behaviors such as off-arm balance movements and head swiveling to spot defenders. And again, if you've played college football, you've seen some of this stuff, the way they look around to spot the defenders and all that stuff, kind of the same thing that's coming over here. However, the signature run styles is a huge thing. We need more of this in the game, and it's good that they have some of these key players in the game. And I did talk to Clinton. He said the goal here is to get everybody that's notable eventually in the game over the next few years. They're starting with a few of the big name guys. They also got things for wide receivers and quarterbacks as well, which we're about to move on to, which are signature pre-play styles. Over 200 new signature pre-play behaviors have been added to increase the anticipation and action that appears at the line before the ball is snapped. You'll see 16 unique signature QB sets that include the approach to the line, the QB stance, and a variety of mannerisms. You'll recognize Jalen Hurts' low stance, Dak Prescott's road game leg kick, cadence, and more. And it says that they've also added dozens of signature wide receiver approaches and setups, including those of CeeDee Lamb and Tyreek Hill. Smart pre-play adjustments. Madden 25 introduces smart adjustment behaviors to make pre-play logic more transparent. Previously hidden adjustments, such as offensive linemen making hand signals or defensive alignments changing with motion, are now represented with contextually appropriate animations. For example, when the offensive line adjusts its protection to a 5-0 call against 5 rushers, the center will raise 5 fingers to signal the change. And here's a list of some other examples of this that are in the game. For example, the tackle will alert the guards to edge pressure, center will alert the guard to join a half slide, you've got the tight end alert for max protection, and you got a ton of these on defense as well that look really cool. They'll make hand gestures for communicating mismatches, they'll have defensive signals for bunch, trips, jumbo, and unbalanced line. And I'll just tell you right here, this, although kind of a smaller thing, it makes the game visually look so much more real and lifelike that it's insane. Moving on to catching innovation, this is one of my favorite things they did to the game this year. Madden 25 gives players unprecedented control over their catches. Hitting the catch button will now produce the exact catch requested with context accurately reflected. New low height jumping catches ensure the desired response even on low passes. Over 700 new animations enhance context, athleticism, and control, including improved back shoulder and back pylon fades. That's huge. We can now properly throw those in the game. A new spectacular catch mechanic activated with L1 or LB allows for one-handed catches, offering a larger catch radius but with a higher drop chance, especially for lower rated players. Players can also switch catches mid-play with an additional button press, allowing for seamless transitions between a spectacular catch, a possession catch, and sideline catches. Now, once again, if you've been playing College Football 25, you've already seen some of this stuff. There's so many catch animations in College 25 that we've never seen in Madden, and every day that I play, I'm seeing new ones, literally every day, and they look so good, so realistic. Even how they mention here how they have low height jumping catches. I've done one of these in one of my college football videos with Travis Hunter, where he kind of jumped up in the air and he put his hands down by his knees to try to like reel in a catch. You see a lot of spin catching when a ball is just slightly inaccurate. Receivers really adjust their body to the ball in real time. They contort their body a lot more on the sideline, and it is one of my favorite parts of College 25 because it just looks so damn good. Those catch animations are in Madden, so we're gonna have that same level of like receiver authenticity in the game. And the spectacular catch is also something that looks really cool. One of those things you kind of want to really do more so, in my opinion, when you're open. It's more of a stylish thing. I think it's kind of risky to do it one-on-one. At least that's how it appears, but it's cool that you actually have the option to go for those crazy catches now. And as you can see in the trailer, there's a ton of cool clips of them. Moving on to blocking, Madden 25 continues to enhance blocking. The new pass blocking mechanics have been highly anticipated, receiving enthusiastic approval from the Madden Design Council. For the first time, players can see and modify their pass blockers targeting before the play, so you know exactly who's blocking who and who's free. There are also 4 new sliding options: the half slide to the left or the right, the base option, and the empty option. Half slide is the typical 2/3 jet blocking scheme that every NFL team employs. It has one side of the line in man blocking and the other side in a slide or zone to protect the QB. The empty option is meant for a 5-man protection and will automatically send any running back into a route while putting the lineman into a sift or MDM rules to both sides, meaning they'll block the most dangerous 2 of 3 or 2 of 4 to their side, with the expectation that the QB will get rid of the ball on time if pressure comes. The base option reverts any protection to change back to the default protection scheme, which is the 4 down and Mike. Players can also use ID the Mike and double team mechanics to modify the blocking. New flame signs indicate defenders who won't be blocked if they blitz, helping players make strategic decisions. Additionally, tackle AI improvements ensure that tackles stay in their pass sets longer, while QB dropbacks have been slowed to more realistic speeds. This results in a more natural pocket formation. Over 500 new animations have been added, including pass block wins and losses, impact blocks, and reach blocks, giving players greater control over block sheds and disengages. Playbooks. This is another big one right here. A key innovation in Madden 25 is a new playbook tool designed to enhance play creation and strategic variety. Since its inception in 2021, this tool has streamlined the process of adding and polishing plays, allowing for more diverse and unique options reflective of each NFL team's identity. It says here, our focus this year is providing team identity, and we're excited to bring unique NFL trends for each of the 32 teams, including Miami's orbit motions, the Texans' variety of deep crossers, and even the Chiefs' Super Bowl winning corn dog play. This tool also supports ongoing updates throughout the NFL season, with new plays added regularly to keep playbooks current. Legacy play limits have been removed, and the custom playbook interface has been refreshed for ease of use. However, custom playbooks will not be available in online head-to-head or play-a-friend modes at launch. In franchise mode, players can still use custom playbooks and benefit from the upgrades. The previously known live playbooks will now serve as the default playbooks for players who prefer not to receive updates. And here's the best part. A future update early on in the season will introduce the ability to save custom audibles. Now, there's a lot of stuff about playbooks there that I love. I love that they're adding more team-specific plays, giving more variety, making the game feel more authentic, having all those cheat motions that Miami uses and stuff like that. The fact that there's no longer a play limit for custom playbooks is also huge. The fact that we only have one playbook now that will be updated instead of having two different versions, which was annoying, that's huge. And finally, the fact that we can save our custom audibles once they update this into the game. Custom audibles have been in the game since like Madden 18 or 19, I believe, and we've never been able to save them and carry them over game to game. And now we'll finally be able to do that. That is such a huge quality of life change that we've been waiting years for. And of course, we've got to talk about the new NFL kickoff. Madden 25 introduces the new NFL hybrid kickoff rules, a significant addition to special teams. Despite learning about the rule change late in development, the Tiburon team swiftly integrated it, collaborating with the NFL, coaches, and other leagues to ensure accurate implementation from day one. The new rules, described by an NFL coach as the most significant change in 25 years, bring added complexity and strategic depth. It says here, we think some of the creativity the team has put in will surprise and delight fans, so we don't want to spoil all the details today. Just be on the lookout for cool new ways to engage with the hybrid kickoff on launch day, some which have been shown in the trailer. So we know you can do like reverses on the kickoffs and stuff like that, but apparently there's going to be quite a few ways that you can get strategic with the new kickoff, which will be fun, and I'm sure people are going to find out all of the ways to get crazy with it pretty soon. Now, there's also a section on the blog called additional updates, and these are actually the small things that make a big difference, the thing that the hardcore players want to know about. So number one, there's been hot route updates. The basic route tree will now be available by default, including posts and corners, as well as custom stems, which we'll talk about in a second. Hot route abilities will now only be needed to unlock exotic routes, so there'll probably be more like double move routes and stuff like that. But yes, you can now hot route corners and posts with any QB, which is awesome. X Factor and Superstar ability updates. KO abilities. These abilities are now far less likely to force knockouts late in a catch or after a catch has already been secured. Huge change. Those have dominated Madden for 2 years and they've become very annoying. Secure Protector. This ability is no longer guaranteed to counteract competing pass rush abilities, so that's interesting. Unstoppable Force. This ability now performs better versus play action, also interesting. Inside Stuff and No Outsiders. These abilities will no longer function if the defensive team uses pass commit, which makes sense. Set Feet Lead and Pass Lead Elite now have a reduced pass velocity bonus. That's another interesting change. We'll see how meta that still is if it's not giving as much of a bonus. Pass coverage improvements. Improved rally to the flats to make them react quicker to checkdowns. That's good. There's also a new cover 3 match check versus non-bunch trips formations called Skinny, which focuses on the backside hook curl to help on crossing routes coming from across the field. So maybe something here to potentially help defend crossers better, which would be great. Improvements to base cover 2, cover 3, and cover 4. Tampa 2 has a new zone that does not match called the curl zone and is used on base Tampa 2 plays that don't include a blitz, meant to avoid underneath defenders from matching and getting cleared out as easily. They also improved the drop depths and locations of the curl flat and the hook curl players to better carry vertical routes on cover 3. So these are all good changes here. They've also done some man coverage tuning to improve how defenders read wide receiver cut moves, and they also made some RPO defense improvements. Defenders aligned over receivers in the slot or the flat will read their keys and prioritize pass responsibilities over playing the run. So this will probably help defend those bubble screens on the RPOs that are so annoying to stop. Perimeter defenders will be more aggressive in shedding blocks by receivers, and the defensive read and react was tuned to increase box defenders' awareness and reaction to the handoff. And And there's also some additional shared features. They mention here how they've got college football back now, and while it's mostly two different teams, together the studio is football, and they're going to be sharing features. And some of those include 15 new minigame experiences, including an all-new gauntlet. So there's new minigames being added to Madden 25, like the return of the classic Pocket Presence minigame, the Pitch Party Lateral minigame, an updated backfield survival game, a bucket drop minigame, and even the 2-minute drill, which is amazing that they've finally given this back to the game. That's awesome. All these things are in college football, so if you're playing college football, you can play these now in that game. These are coming to Madden. And the new gauntlet that's also in college football is going to be in Madden, which is a much better version of the gauntlet. They've really revamped this to add all these new mini games into them, and they've even added some things I feel like that are just specific to the gauntlet itself, and it's honestly a lot more fun now. And of course, some of the other great gameplay changes that have been debuted in College Football 25 are coming to this game. For example, the switch stick on defense that allows you to switch between defenders post-play with the flick of the stick before the ball is thrown. That's going to be in Madden 25. Also, the coverage shell disguises, where you can go into your formation and pick what you want your coverage shell to show. You can show cover 0, cover 1, cover 3, whatever you want, and you can disguise your coverages every play. Custom route stems are also coming to Madden 25, which allows you to stem your routes anywhere you want. Do you want a corner to break at 1 yard? Do you want it to break at 15? Do you want it to break at 40 yards? You can do that now. And they're also bringing the new kick meter over to Madden, but they will let you use the old kick meter if you want to, because trust me, if you've played college, you know the new kick meter is hard. It's really hard to make field goals, especially long ones. You'll have the ability to play with that one if you want in Madden, or you could play with the classic one that we've been using. It's up to you. They've also updated the crowd and sideline reactions. Again, if you've played college, you can see that the crowd and the sidelines, the way they react, much better than what Madden has previously had, so this is a much needed facelift for Madden as well. And the new read option mechanic, where you hold the A or X button to pull the ball with the QB on a read option instead of pressing that button to hand it to the running back like the old games, that is also coming to Madden as well. So if you're playing college, get familiar with that, because it's going to be in Madden. Now, I was able to play Madden 25 early at EA, and if you want to hear all of my hands-on gameplay impressions more in depth, you can check out this video right here on the screen.